Here you can see my avatar with different feature sets. From the most basic avatar I could start with, to one that actually starts to look like an avatar, to my best one so far. Everyone has more ways to express myself than the one before. So this avatar probably speaks more to you than the one next to me. But you can probably also notice that more ways to express myself doesn't mean that I can't express emotions without those extra features. So what does decide how expressive an avatar can be? Hey, I'm Peter and welcome to my reality. Since my early VR experiments in 2017, I always focused on how I can give the player a body in virtual reality. When I got the idea for this channel, I was in need of an avatar that I can use to show and explain you all the things that I will develop in virtual reality. My main focus was to create an avatar that is especially good at expressing myself to you. I spent a lot of time in the last 1.5 years to develop this avatar, and it's not done yet, but already quite impressive. For me, there are two types of expression. There are static expressions and dynamic expressions. The first iteration of my avatar already tells you that it's a humanoid form of body, and it can already express a few things to you. It mostly uses static expressions that are predefined when I create the avatar or when I'm configuring the feature sets that I'm using with the avatar, and I can change them like that. Now my avatar expresses more to you with different visuals. Now it's not just a very basic humanoid shape, it has a face, it smiles, it speaks, it looks at you. It's an abstract, simple robot. It can communicate a lot more information to you, but what it expresses is completely predefined, and only at setup time am I in control of these expressions. Dynamic expression on the other side are able to change what they express on the fly, like my hands. They cannot only move freely around, they are able to change the form quite dynamic and express all kinds of things. How expressive any feature of my avatar is depends on how much control I have over them at any point in time. So let's go back to the current version of my avatar. When control is essential for more expression, let me show you what I'm directly in control of. It's just this. I can only move my hands and control my fingers with the controllers. I can move my head, and I can even control my face with face tracking. That's all good, but now comes the difficult part. I have no control, no inputs for the rest of the body. How can I get myself control over the rest of my body? Basically, every frame I have to create this animation rig only from the positions and rotations from my hands and my head. But I need to do that in a way that I get the most control over the pose of my body. For adjusting an animation rig to hand movement, we use inverse kinematics in game development. And with that, I'm able to add arms and adjust this rig dynamically by the movements of my hands and my head. But just using default IK system doesn't give me the most control. This animation rig currently only uses basic IK techniques. And you can see that these are definitely arms, but I can't really control what they are doing. And so I can't control what I express. When I switch back to my final system, you can see the difference in my arm movement. I have so much more control over my arms. So the goal is to create an IK system for the whole body that tries to mirror my own body movements. There's one concept I use to achieve exactly that, and it's comfort. When creating the body poses for my avatar, I always thought about creating the most comfortable body pose possible. Comfort was my key for getting control over my virtual body. There are 3 reasons why focusing on comfort when developing my IK system for my avatar maximized my control over it. Our hands can make very similar movement with quite different body poses behind them, so the big problem developing my IK system was deciding what movement I want to mirror and which I don't want to. And comfort solves it in a very elegant way. Because think about it, our bodies, yours and mine, don't want to be in uncomfortable body positions for a long duration. So our bodies always tend to be in comfortable body poses because everything else is just uncomfortable. That means when I try to focus on creating comfortable body poses for my avatar, I already covered the majority of body poses my own body wants to be in. Secondly, there are a lot of cases how I can move my body that this system won't replicate well because of this. But by making the body poses my avatar look comfortable when I'm myself in an uncomfortable body pose, it actually looks better as when I would mirror them. So when this system doesn't create a mirroring body pose, it at least looks good enough. So I minimize awkward looking body poses. The last big advantage of focusing on comfort is when my avatar consistently creates the most comfortable body pose. It allows me to learn how my avatar moves and adjust myself to it. So instead of making my avatar mirror my own movements 100% of the time, I'm able to help my avatar by aligning my body movement with his and get more control over it. VR bodies that don't focus on comfort don't really allow for that. Because if you try to mirror the body movements of the avatar, you would end up in uncomfortable body positions. So by limiting my own body movement to easier movements but more comfortable ones, I get more control over the movements of my avatar and I can express myself more. How I would apply these concepts in detail on systems for my avatar would take way too much time for one video. So in the next video, I will show you how I use these concepts to create the forward rotation for my whole avatar. I hope you have a comfortable day and thank you for watching.